Project 6, Candy Packaging. We are on Stage 3, preparing artwork for output. We have been preparing artwork for output all through the chapters. This particular project has an opacity change. Opacities, blending modes, and some of the other effects that relate to transparency can be an issue. Transparency is the degree to which light passes through an object so that objects in the background can be seen. In terms of graphic design, transparency means being able to see through an object in the front of a stacking order to objects that are behind it. Because of the way that printing works, applying a transparency to print graphic design is sort of contradictory. Commercial printing is simply a matter of mixing 4 semi-transparent inks in different percentages to produce a range of color. So yes, there is some transparency involved in the ink, but the design transparency that we have refers to the object on the page, and the problem is that a halftone dot is either there or it's not. There is no 50% opaque setting on a printing press. So the transformation needs to take place in the program, translating what we create on screen into what the printing press can produce. Flattening means dividing transparent elements into vector and raster objects that can properly output the file. If you're going to create raster objects, either manually or by allowing Illustrator to manage it, you need to control the resolution for those elements. For a high quality print job, you have to have at least 300 pixels per inch. We are going to go now into Effects, Document Raster Effect Settings. The color model is going to determine the mode for the rasterization. If we're going to print, we're going to use CMYK. If we're going to go to the internet, we're going to use RGB. Resolution has 3 basic settings: screen, medium, which would be what you would use to send to a newspaper, and high, which would mean going to a high quality print like a book or a magazine. The background option is going to tell you whether you're going to change this to a white background or keep a transparency. If you select white, the underlying object will not be visible through empty areas. Other options include anti-alias, which helps create smooth transitions so you don't get like a stair-stepping kind of effect. Create clipping mask will make a vector mask that makes the background appear to be transparent. Add X amount around an object creates a specified border. If you use a white background option, this is the area that's going to be filled with white. Preserve spot colors allow spot color objects to be maintained as the spot colors instead of converting them to cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. We're not going to change any of these settings. We just need to be aware of them. What we are going to do is preview the transparency in flattening. So we're going up to Window and choose Flattener. If you don't see anything, hit the refresh button and you can expand the panel. In the highlight menu, select all affected objects. We're going to see that area where our original image was placed. We can highlight different areas depending on what we need. If we go in to highlight transparent objects, it's the transparency that was applied to the box that we placed our text in. We can show our options, which gives us a few more settings. Again, click refresh, and you're going to see the specific settings that are going to be used to flatten the artwork. Again, we're not making changes. These are just the items you need to be aware of. Again, we are going to export this out as a PDF file, as if this was going to proof. However, we are not going to choose the high quality print because again, this is going to make it too large for you to submit in the files. We are going to go ahead and export as normal, but please review what is in the book and instead go to File and do a Save As. We're going to export out again in PDF format with your initials and choose Press Quality and save your PDF, please. This is not the end of the lesson this time. You will be submitting this file. However, you are going to continue on with stage 4, and you will be turning a JPEG in of that along with this.